Hello and welcome to the 22nd episode of Fresh Off the Reel. My name's Lib,
And my name is Pat the Hedgehog.
and today we're talking about a blue quick boy. We're taking a
Yep.
little break from Batman because that's happened 3 weeks in a row. God damn.
Yep, we did 3 weeks of Batman, and then today we're doing the fourth Batman movie, Sonic the Hedgehog, starring Ben Schwartz as Blue Justice. That's a joke for everyone who saw the trailer for Sonic 2.
All right. Speaking of trailers for Sonic 2, I mean we're gonna talk more about it later, but a trailer for the trailer, which is coming out tomorrow, came out today. That's the most confusing thing I've ever said in my life.
You worded that very poorly,
Yeah.
but you're right. You're technically not wrong.
I'm technically not wrong. And the trailer's hilarious. You guys should all check it out right now. Go look at it. It's so funny.
It's pretty funny.
It does not talk about the movie at all.
You know what else is funny? At least I think so. This movie. I thought this movie was pretty funny.
Yeah, I thought it was funny. Like, I'm gonna be honest, if I was a child, if I was younger than 15, this might be my favorite movie. You know, this is like right up my alley of kid Lib, you know? I would have died for this movie.
You're not 15?
No, I'm not 15.
Oh, well. Okay, then.
Friendship over.
I'm not continuing the rest of this joke.
All right, let's get on with it. Let's talk cinema. So this movie came out in 2020. It was directed by Jeff Fowler. He's the director of Sonic. That's it.
Yeah. He directed this movie. He's directing the second and third one.
And that's it.
And he's directing a upcoming Pink Panther movie. It doesn't have anything attached to it, not a date nor a year, but that's in the works.
If you want maybe a familiar name, Neil H. Moritz produced it. He produced the entire Fast and Furious series.
Much like Fast and Furious, Sonic the Hedgehog is a family adventure and
also,
a family movie.
He also produced Click.
You're saying is this man produced bangers.
The only bangers.
Only bangers.
Family.
Yep, this is I think it's hard to talk about this movie without talking about the controversy. I think we should just get out of the way now.
well, first of all, let read the plot synopsis, and we'll like.
Okay, we'll talk about. So
Yeah.
I'm reading this off Google because the Letterboxd one could be a description for literally any of the games, and I could not tell you which one it is. So the world needed a hero. It got a hedgehog. Powered with incredible speed, Sonic embraces his new home on Earth until he accidentally knocks out the power grid, sparking the attention of uncool evil genius Dr. Robotnik. Now it's Supervillain versus Super Sonic in an all-out race across the globe to stop Robotnik from using Sonic's unique power to achieve world domination. That's what happens in this movie.
What was the first line?
The world needed a hero. It got a hedgehog.
Okay.
That's a pretty good tagline. I like that.
Yeah, I know, but the world needed a hero. Everything that happened in this movie is Sonic's fault.
Yeah, true. True. I mean, yeah. Sonic's responsible, but he saved the day.
The world needed a hero. It got a hedgehog.
Yeah, let's talk about a little controversy surrounding this movie when we got the first initial trailer all the way back in like 2018. I want to say. Meow. Yeah, that line's still in the movie. To be fair,
it was re-recorded, but the line's still in the movie.
Yeah. So when we first got news about this movie, we got an initial trailer, initial look at what Sonic was going to look like for the first time in live action, and it was bad. It was really, really bad. Everyone has seen it, and maybe Lib can put a funny in the YouTube video. Let's put human Sonic, Sonic in his human teeth.
He had
his weird eyes.
Human teeth. He had nostrils. He had normal eyes. He wasn't wearing gloves either.
It was rough, and it was rough to the point that the internet bullied everybody involved with this movie, including Sega. And for the first time ever, I don't think this has ever happened. I don't think it's ever going to happen again, if I'm being perfectly honest. Cyberbullying won, saved the day, because they listened to the fans. They realized this design wasn't working. Audiences were not happy with it, and they delayed the movie by I want to say like a year, and they completely revamped Sonic's design. They re-recorded a bunch of dialogue, and we got the movie we got in theaters, and it was pretty good. I have to say the new Sonic design is fantastic.
Yeah, I really like the Sonic design. I really like it. The
Sonic's a weird character to translate into live action. He is a blue hedgehog.
Yeah, but to be honest, why? How did they come up with that first fucking How? How did that happen?
I'm genuinely surprised they like it passed through like it had to go through so many people before they it was like okayed in the end, right? Like how did it get that far? Because that design, in every way, every sense of the word, is terrible. It's just bad. I don't get it. And I'm not happy that it took fans screaming and yelling like to get to this, but it worked in the end because this new design and the movie overall. We didn't really give our reviews yet, but the movie was pretty all right. I quite enjoy it. Lib kind of teased it with his little comment earlier about it being more for kids and him wouldn't have loved it if he was younger.
Yeah.
But yeah, overall, I think this movie is pretty good. I enjoy it.
How many stars did you give it?
I gave it 3 out of 5.
I also gave it 3.
Yeah, I think a good 6 is a nice place for it to stand. It might bump to like a 7, depending on my mood. But yeah, I think this is pretty good. I think it's a fun watch for the family. It is definitely more geared towards younger people. But yeah, I enjoy it.
There's some, there's jokes for the parents, just like every other animated movie, because who's gonna bring the kids to see them? But it's good. Like even the jokes that were supposed to be for the kids, I laughed at them. This movie's pretty funny. A lot of the humor is carried by Jim Carrey. I did not mean, no pun intended, but this film is carried by Jim Carrey.
Jim Carrey in this is great. Ben Schwartz, who you might know from college humor sketches, or his, if you're my age anyway, or from his more recent stand-up comedy stuff, is voicing Sonic. I think his Sonic voice is actually pretty damn good. Like to the point that if Sega were to go that route, I would be totally okay with Ben taking over the role for Sonic in games as well.
Yeah, 'cause he doesn't have that like voice Sonic normally has, where he's like super energetic and always happy.
He has a distinct voice, and I think it works really well. I think the delivery is really good too. Sonic is written pretty well here, all things considered. Again, you have it's a kids movie, and like it's a anthro hedgehog interacting with humans, so you're gonna get that weird kitty cringy dialogue. But I think overall it's handled pretty well, and the
Yeah,
performances are really good as well too. Yeah, we have James Marston as Mr. Wachowski. I can't remember his first name. I just know
Tom.
his last name, Tom Wachowski. Not Chris Thorndike.
No.
He's in this movie and he's fine, I guess. I think of the three main characters, he's definitely the weakest, but I think he's okay overall.
Yeah, he was also the main character in Hop. This guy just can't stop talking to animated furry characters.
Yeah, fun fact about James Marsden, but in one of the first posters we ever got for the movie, like this is before we got the trailer too. So we had like a prototype early movie design Sonic with Chris Pratt as the main character, not James Marsden.
Oh, I saw one when I was looking up the old design just now. I saw one that there was after the movie came out, they released some concept art and there was one of Chris Evans.
Interesting. So yeah, the James Marsden character clearly went through a lot of big names. I think James Marsden does a decent enough job. He's in a lot of this movie because this movie isn't an adaptation of any games. It's not a Sonic game movie. It really is a family adventure road trippy kind of movie that just happens to have Sonic in it. We didn't really mention this earlier, but Lib, you're not a fan of the games, right? You have not grown up with this franchise.
No, I was a Mario kid. Didn't grow up with Sonic. Never owned a Sega console.
I was a Sonic kid. I still am a Sonic adult, for better or for worse.
For worse.
Yeah, forces did indeed happen.
Yeah, but I have played like the big name Sonic games. Like I played the original 3. I played Mania when it came out. I loved it.
Yeah, maybe that's great.
I haven't played any of the
Um,
3D ones, but they usually suck.
there's a couple gems, but not a video game podcast.
Yeah. We're talking about a video game movie.
I bring that up because I had pretty different expectations going into this movie because I was such a big fan of the games. I wanted a Sonic game as a movie, and that's not what we're getting here. Luckily, at least luckily for me, that seems to be the direction they're going with the second one. The second one feels a lot more video gamey. It feels more like a Sonic game story, whereas this one feels like a movie story. And I'm looking forward to that one more than I did this one. I think this one is at a 6 for me just because I had different expectations. But I do think what we get here is fun. It's good. It's great for kids. It's good for the family. I enjoyed it. I laughed. I've seen it a couple times. It's a fun time.
It's only Sonic in this movie. None of his other buddies are here.
We get a little tease at one of his little buddies at the end, but yeah, that's gonna be sequel stuff. This one really is Sonic and Sonic and his friend Tom Wachowski, everyone's favorite Sonic character, Tom the Wachowski,
What did Sonic? What was Sonic's nickname for him? Donut
Donut Lord.
Donut Lord. That was
He
it.
is a police officer, Mr. Donut Lord.
Donut Lord and his wife is what? It's
I don't
yoga,
remember his
yoga
wife's.
something
I don't
with
remember
yoga.
his wife's nickname, and I don't remember his wife being in the movie much.
No, the
His
wife is written out pretty early.
Yeah, she comes back towards the end, but like she doesn't do much. She's very inconsequential to the movie. She's played by Taika Sumter. I have not seen anything she's in. I don't think. I'm looking at her like movie history right now, and I've not seen
She was
anything.
in Salt. What's your number? Right along. The Old Man and the Gun. I don't know these.
I haven't seen any of these movies. I don't think she's. I think she's the worst performance of the main cast here. It's unfortunate, but yeah. Luckily, she doesn't take up too much screen time. But yeah, I think this movie could go without her. A performance I want to talk about it now because I think it's great and really underappreciated, and I hope he's in more of the second one. Oh, bless you.
Thank you. I muted
I,
myself. It's fine.
it's fine. Well, now the audience knows.
Hey.
There's an actor who plays. I can't remember the character's name, but he's like Robotnik's number two.
Oh, the actor is Lee Majub.
Lee Majub. He's on Twitter. He's a super sweet guy. He loves interacting with the Sonic fan base, and I think that's really fun. He also pokes fun at Jim Carrey a lot on Twitter. But I want to point him out for two reasons. One, his performance in this movie, and based on the trailers for the second one, they're gonna keep up this energy, is fantastic.
He overacted and it's amazing.
He overacts in like the best way, right?
Yeah.
But another thing I wanted to focus on about him is he starred in a little YouTube movie called Pokemon Apocalypse.
Apocalypse. Yeah, I see. It's on Letterboxd.
Yeah, it's on Letterboxd. I watched this back in the day in 2010. I did see this. He plays Ash, I believe. I think.
Yes.
This movie's terrible. It's awful.
It's 3 minutes.
I think it's really funny that he was in this. Ben Schwartz also comes from YouTube, kind of. I don't know what he did before College Humor, but he got big because of College Humor.
What year did that video come out?
The Milkman video? Like
Yeah.
a long time. I'll check. I'll pull it up right now. Yeah, if you guys remember old school College Humor, Jake and Amir, yeah, he was in a lot of those videos 9 years ago, so 2012.
2000. Okay, I think he was in Parks and Recreation first because that started in 2009.
Okay, might be. I just
Oh,
think it's
but he
funny.
came in like season 3, which would have been like 2012.
Well, that also wasn't his first College Humor video. He's been in other stuff
Oh,
prior to
okay,
the
okay,
Milkman
yeah.
one. Yeah. It's around the same time. I'm like Apocalypse. Apocalypse. There you go.
Apocalypse.
Yeah, I struggled way too hard to read that.
That's it.
Came out around that time too. So Sonic is clearly bringing out the deep cut references to old school YouTube that makes Pat happy or angry, depending on his mood.
Depending.
Yeah, I think his performance is really great. He bounces off Jim Carrey like super well. We usually cover performances later, like we do the plot synopsis first. But I want to talk about the performances because this cast is pretty small.
Yeah, there's only 5 or 6 characters that we focus on a lot.
Yeah, we went over basically the whole main cast just now. Jim Carrey's great. Ben Schwartz is great. There's a couple other characters like Natasha Rothwell plays Donut Lord's wife's sister, and she's in like 2 scenes, and I hated her. You might know her from Love, Simon or Wonder Woman 1984. I don't remember her from those movies, and I hate her here. I hope she's not in the second one.
She's gonna be in Wonka, so that's interesting.
Oh, she's in the second one. I guess I'll be upset there too.
Oh,
Yeah,
unfortunate.
She plays everyone's favorite trope of the sister who doesn't like her sister's boyfriend and or husband and thinks he's a serial killer or a breaking all the laws, which she's kind of right about, but not really, because it's Sonic's fault. Sonic broke
Yeah.
the law, guys, not Tom Wachowski.
And uh and we have another textbook character, the cop who can't do anything right, played by Adam Pally. Forgot the character's name already, and I just read it. Wade, Officer Wade.
Officer Wade. I think he's also from YouTube.
Is he?
I vaguely remember his face from YouTube, but I think I might be mixing him up with another college humor guy who Ben Schwartz has worked with. Might be wrong.
You may know Adam Pally as guy holding camera in Iron Man 3.
He is in Iron Man 3.
But more notably, Dirty Grandpa.
Yep. This is a weird cast. Like, can you imagine like these are pretty like low unknown character actors, right? And then you get like Chris Pratt or Chris Evans. Maybe that's why they didn't agree, you know?
Yeah, maybe that's why.
Or
I
maybe
think
they saw original movie Sonic and were like, nope, I'm not partaking in this adventure.
the big name here is of course Jim Carrey, and we didn't really talk about him much. But it's how do you talk about Jim Carrey? Like everyone knows Jim Carrey. Like he created your childhood. That's Jim Carrey. He created your childhood if you're our age.
I think he's a really fun Eggman. I think he Jim Carrey and everything he does, he knows how to ham it up. And he hams it up so well here. He overacts perfectly. He bounces off the other characters and the other performances so well. I can't wait to see more of this Eggman in Sonic 2.
And now he's got his big mustache.
Now he has his mustache. He doesn't get his mustache here. It's like another trope. Like, oh, the main character has to earn his original outfit or his original design, right? Eggman earned his mustache.
Yeah, and Sonic had to get his shoes.
Yeah, from some random child.
The child of the sister we were talking about earlier.
Yeah, she's in like two scenes, and that she gives Sonic the shoes.
That's it. That's all she does. Let's talk a bit about the story. So the story itself doesn't need Sonic. Like that we were talking about this earlier, that it's kind of just a road trip family movie that happens to have Sonic. This could have been any alien character. It could have been Paul.
Well, thankfully it's not Paul.
Thankfully it's not.
So, like, the story here is basically Sonic is forced to leave Green Hill Zone because the Echidnas, who, if you guys know who Knuckles is, it's his people, were like attacking him for his speed or whatever, his power. It's not really explained, and he escapes to Earth, where he's told to live out his life there and to keep running from the evil Echidnas. And then they just kind of drop that, and it's a fun family movie where Sonic loses his rings and he has to go to, is it California?
Is it's yeah, it's California, but what's the city? San Francisco. He has to go to San Francisco to get his rings back, because in this movie, rings is not currency. Rings, like, they open portals to different planets.
Yeah, that's a thing from the comics. I think Longclaw's also like, so Longclaw's like Sonic's guardian, who's this big owl who dies.
Yeah, she dies.
Uh, she dies in the intro. They're both like comic book things, like the Archie comics.
Yeah.
Which, sure, like I think it's cool that they're taking inspiration from other sources. But yeah, basically Sonic loses his rings after Eggman like starts investigating him because he causes that explosion that I mentioned during the plot synopsis. And along the way, after like with Eggman like coming to get him, Sonic loses his rings after getting shot by Mr. Tom Wachowski. And it becomes a kind of buddy cop road trip movie to go get his rings in San Francisco. Everyone's favorite level in Sonic Adventure 2. San Francisco Zone.
The little small town that most of the movie takes place in is called Green Hills.
Yep.
Little joke there.
Little joke. There's a lot of little jokes in there. I appreciate the little nods to the games. Obviously, this is like they couldn't go too in with the video game references because they were trying to make this grounded. I think that's the impression I got anyway. But there's a lot of cute little references to the games. It's nice.
The way they start calling, like, because Sonic gives nicknames to a bunch of people, and Sonic gave Robotnik the Eggman nickname because his ship looks like an egg. Not because he looks like an egg, because his ship looks like an egg.
Yeah, like Eggman's design is vastly different in this one compared to his game design for obvious reasons.
Yeah. Unless you want to cast Paul Blart Mall Cop as Robotnik.
Short. He's too short. Normal people aren't lanky and shaped like eggs.
What was that? Kevin James, that's it. Couldn't think of his name.
Yeah, you're right. Kevin James for Eggman in the dark gritty reboot.
In my head, his name is Paul Blart.
In my head, his name is that guy Adam Sandler puts in all his movies.
Yeah. Yes.
It's like he, Kevin James, and then there's the other guy from what's his name? It's gonna bother me now. Behind the scenes, we're looking at Grown Ups 2's cast.
Uh,
Am I wrong? What?
Seth Green,
No.
David Spade,
No, I'm looking at Adam Sandler's friends on Google.
Adam Sandler's friends.
This is stupid. Okay, never mind. This is an episode.
This is an episode indeed.
But yeah, so like we have like Sonic and Tom kind of traveling across America, going to different like locations. They go to like the world's biggest rubber ball, and Sonic wants to go a biker bar that has what is slowly becoming one of my favorite tropes in superhero movies. They are like superhero movies that have speedsters, I should say. They like I'm gonna call it the Quicksilver effect. They like the everything slows down, and the speedster kind of just like messes around with like the scene, and then like it cuts to going back to real time and everything explodes. I think that's really cool.
I remember the first movie I ever watched that did that trope was Over the Hedge.
Thought you were gonna say Click, and it would have been funny because we talked about Click earlier.
I've actually never seen Click.
You haven't seen Click?
No.
We have to watch Click. We have to watch Click.
Actually, I think Click was one of our recommendations from the Google form.
Oh, perfect. So we're gonna talk about the best movie ever made, Click.
Who recommended it? Well, okay, we'll say it when we review Click.
Yeah. So like Click was the first movie I saw that did that, but I think Days of Future Past is what like really made that like big. You see it a lot nowadays, and I think it's cool. I like it here.
I think it was Days of Future Past that did it first, technically, because Click was. It's not that he's super fast; he just paused.
True. Yeah, he slows down, and yeah.
Like he just paused the world.
This one takes place in a bar during a bar fight, and Sonic goes around giving everyone wedgies and throwing throwing beer in their face and punching people. It's very funny. They play "Boom Boom" by X Ambassador, a song I quite enjoy. And yeah, it's just a fun scene.
It's a fun movie.
It's a fun movie. I think that's the best way to describe it. I wouldn't say this is good or bad, but it's fun. It's just fun.
It's fun. It's short. It's only like 90 minutes.
Yeah. It's like a good time to put on in the background.
Yeah, it is.
You do get that like Sonic like the final act of this movie is like Sonic racing around the whole world, quite literally. Like Eggman is trying to get his power because Eggman earlier in the movie gets a quill from Sonic that is like supercharged, and Eggman basically wants more, like kill Sonic and take all his fur.
Eggman's motivation here, because in the games, Eggman's motivation is to make robots.
Yeah, it's just world domination. Here, I think it's more. He doesn't want like he's curious about things he doesn't know, and he thinks he knows everything. So Sonic has this weird thing in his life that he wants to do more experiments on him. He wants to learn more from him, and then eventually like he wants to be like the superpower in the world, right? He wants to be the leader.
And for a kids movie, it works.
Yeah, it's fun. I think it's he's really fun. I think his like it works as a not super serious, but also he's still a bad guy, so they have to take him kind of seriously, villain. I think the scenes of like at the end, because this movie starts with oh, I wonder how you bet I wonder how I bet you wonder how I got here, of like Sonic running around with Eggman chasing him, and when we get back to that scene, from there on for the rest of the movie, it feels very like video gamey and it's really fun.
Oh yeah, I completely forgot this movie does the. Yeah, that's me. So you're probably wondering how I ended up in this situation.
Yeah, they literally like it's funny. I laughed.
Yeah,
and
me too.
And when you get back there, it's a Sonic game. They go to different locations through rings. They go to like the Great Wall of China. They go through like the desert, and it's just like Sonic doing Sonic things, being very speedy, while Eggman chases him. It's fun.
Yeah, it's good. We didn't really mention it, but it's kind of obvious that the CG in this movie is really good. Like the CG
It's
is
really
great.
good. Like this movie had a big budget, but it became big because of the redesign. The redesign was very, very expensive. But the fact that the rest of the movie looks as great as it does in terms of CG is incredible. It looks so good.
Like a Sonic, of course, he's the main thing, right? It looks natural. It looks so good, and the CG in the second movie is so far from the trailers looks even better. And the electricity from Sonic's powers looks really good. All of Eggman's devices are obviously CG. They look great.
It just looks really good. I wish I had more to say, but I think it's really just a movie you need to sit down and watch. I'd recommend it. It's fun, and sometimes you just need a fun movie. I wanted more video gamey aspects for this movie. I wanted like a Sonic adventure story on the big screen, but this is fun. I'm looking forward to seeing more.
Yeah,
I think this is the first superhero movie that handles like super speed well in terms of how it looks. I always thought the way Quicksilver looked when he ran looked kind of awkward, and same with like the MCU Quicksilver, the Flash. I find, and especially the Flash TV show, like it looks really awkward when they run. And I think here they actually nailed super speed interacting with normal moving, like the real world, like really well.
yeah, it looks really good.
I think it's a good movie.
Yeah, and but before we close it off here, I just want to quickly talk about video game movies because this is, in my opinion, the first good video game movie. There have not been any good ones. Oh, but besides anime, like from like the Pokemon movies are really good and all that.
I think some people would argue that Detective Pikachu is good. I have my own issues with Detective Pikachu, but that's the movie this one gets compared to the most out of anything.
Well, yeah, they came out a couple years apart, but it's a very similar like humans with furry CG creatures.
And I think this is better than that one.
Yeah, this is way better than Detective Pikachu. I think I've seen Detective Pikachu, saw it in theaters when it came out. That was a mistake. I don't like the movie.
I also don't like it. I have a lot of friends who do, but there's a lot of things that don't work for me in that movie. But that's a topic for a different time.
Yeah, maybe we'll talk about it. There's supposed to be a sequel.
I think that's been canceled, but don't quote me.
I don't know.
There's also a sequel to the game that was also not been talked about since like 2017, which is a little weird.
Also true.
Yeah, video game movies don't exactly have the best rap. A lot of them, for the most part, are god awful garbage. And we're not just talking about the old ones like the Mario movie or the old Mortal Kombat, but even like the newer stuff like Rampage.
Yeah, Tomb Raider, all the Resident Evil movies are terrible.
Yeah. This genre doesn't have the best rap, but this one is a standout. I think this one shows that video game movies can be good. And I think if the second one is good, with that one being more video gamey, this genre might have a bright future ahead of it if more studios follow in this footsteps. Obviously, a big red elephant in the room, Illumination is making a Mario movie, so I'm sure that one is going to be compared to this a lot. Like, gotta keep that Sonic and Mario rivalry going. That one's animated though; it's by Illumination.
Yeah, and also there was an animated Ratchet and Clank movie, the feature length Ratchet and Clank movie. I that was also not amazing, but that was animated in house, I think, at Insomniac. So I guess they could cut some slack there, but still, but I think the popularity of like video games being translated to TV shows and movies really started with with them being good. I think started with The Witcher on Netflix and
Yeah,
everyone loved the first season. Second season, but the first season, yeah, that was
I haven't seen the
amazing.
second season, but the first season of The Witcher is pretty great. And this is up there with like good video game adaptations. I think this is really good. I'm excited for Sonic
Yeah,
2.
now we're expecting a God of War show. There's gonna be Last of Us show on HBO, right? There's a bunch of video game stuff that's being made into TV shows mostly, and it's worrying me because this is exactly what happened in the 80s and 90s, and we know what happened.
Let's hope these are good. Let's hope Sonic set a good precedent of how this is going to go down, and the rest of these are going to be good.
Yeah, but as far as video game movies go, and as far as children's movies go, as far as movies in general go, Sonic's really good.
So Sonic 2 comes out in about a month at the time of recording. We will be covering that one around when it comes out. I don't know if we're going to be covering it right away, but at some point we will be. Lib and I will both be seeing it together, probably.
Probably.
So yeah, so we'll be talking about Sonic 2 in the near future. Funny, Blue Justice, Batman month, haha.
Haha. This is the best Batman movie ever.
Yeah, it's my favorite Batman movie. Robert Pattinson, who?
Who the hell's Christian Bale?
Yeah, Heath Ledger. Nothing against Jim Carrey.
Yeah, come on.
Yeah, if you want to hear us talk more about Sonic, hopefully talk a little more about Sonic, because this is shorter than I thought it was going to be. But I also had less to say than I thought I would. But yeah, if you want to hear us talk more about a big Sonic adventure, come back at some point in April.
Yeah,
Because we'll be talking about Sonic the Hedgehog 2 and Knuckles.
and the
Oh,
Knuckles.
did we ever talk about that getting a show on Hot Off the Presses? I don't think so.
What, Sonic and Knuckles?
Yeah, like Knuckles is getting his own TV show on
I didn't I
Paramount.
didn't even know that was a thing.
Oh, okay. Okay, yeah, Knuckles is getting a spin-off.
Nice.
And Idris Elba is set to return. Yeah, so that's gonna be fun.
Interesting. So that's, I guess with that we're gonna be moving on to Hot Off the Presses, the segment where we talk about movie news, and let's start right away because at the time of recording, literally right now, live, the BAFTAs are happening right now.
Let me check discussing film if the Best Picture winner was announced.
Yeah, let's see. Like, it was funny because we were compiling a list earlier, right before recording, and Pat found out that the BAFTAs are happening right now.
The Best Picture winner at the BAFTAs is The Power of the Dog.
Expected.
Yep, that's my my prediction for Best Picture at the Oscars.
Same.
Dune won 5 awards at the BAFTAs. Lib will be excited for that.
Good for them. That's gonna hike up the budget for Dune 2.
A lot of these are expected though. Best cinematography, visual effects, production design, original score, and sound. Those are
Wow.
expected winners, yeah, but it deserved. Dune was pretty great.
Did Don't Look Up win anything?
Let me check, but I think no.
Good.
Hopefully it didn't.
Yeah, hopefully not.
Because I saw it. Lib hasn't seen it yet, but he will because he has to.
Because it got nominated for Best Picture. How? How did that get? Okay, whatever.
Another bit of news that happened again like live just right now. It's not in the doc. It's I opened Twitter and I saw it. A little sad news, but William Hurt has unfortunately passed away.
What?
He's 71 years old. He passed away. This news broke a couple minutes ago. 22 minutes
Damn.
ago was posted. Yep. It's real sad news. I didn't know if I was going to say anything, but here we are.
Let's do a little tribute here. What did the like we usually do? William Hurt.
He was in the Incredible Hulk, the 2008 one, the MCU one.
He's credited in the Infinity War, Endgame, and Civil War. What did he play?
Ross.
I didn't even know he was in Civil. Okay, whatever. He was also in AI Into the Wild, The Village, and A History of Violence. I've seen AI. That movie's pretty good.
It's unfortunate.
Yeah,
But,
that is highly
may,
unfortunate.
yeah, may he rest in peace.
So continuing, Turning Red, the newest Pixar film, is out. I think it got a Yes, it did get a theatrical release, but at the same time, it came out on Disney Plus. Actually, a day before the theatrical. Kind of weird.
Yeah, Pixar employees are not happy about that. But this is the third time they were spat at by Disney.
Yep. I feel a lawsuit coming.
Yep, there's also some other background things that I don't think are podcast appropriate, but Disney has not been too kind to Pixar these days.
Yep, and also before Turning Red's release, the community was not kind to Turning Red. But now that it's out, it's apparently really good. Haven't seen it yet. First Pixar movie to take place in Canada. That's cool.
It is a Toronto-based Asian community movie, just like a show I started watching 2 days ago.
Oh,
Kim's
Kim's
Convenience.
Convenience. Oh, that show's so funny.
It's so good. Yeah, a lot of people were upset about Turning Red because of that one trailer that had the main character. I don't know her name.
Maylin.
Yeah, she was like, "Oh, I'm 13 years old. I'm basically an adult. Haha, look at me." And people were complaining about that. And to the people who were complaining, were you not ever a child? That's pretty accurate attitude for most children. I think we were all like that at some point.
Yeah.
And if you're angry about it, you're probably not fun at parties.
Also, fun fact that this movie had a major rewrite. I don't know if anyone here ever saw the first trailer, but the mom was supposed to be the antagonist. I don't know if she still is, but from all the other trailers, the mom looks like a supporting character. instead of the antagonist. But yeah, that's kind of
Yep.
weird.
I was gonna watch it today actually, but then I started playing Elden Ring, and yeah.
I might still watch it today. I don't know. I don't know. I need to watch it, and I need to watch the Oscar movies. It's hard to keep it in track.
Yep, I have a stream to go to later, so I will not have time to watch it today, but I hope to watch
Unfortunate.
it soon.
I will probably also be on that stream. We can't advertise it because it would have already happened.
It will have already happened like 2 weeks, 2 weeks ago. But ironically enough, the thing that's being streamed is Sonic related, so there's that.
Oh, look at that. Check out Kiki OK. Anyways, moving on.
Next up on the list is Deadpool 3 has found his director. He's a free guy.
He sure is.
It's Sean Levy. Sean Levy.
Levy.
He is Levy. He is directing Deadpool 3, the first Deadpool movie that is MCU tied.
Which means it will not be rated R. Unfortunate. Unless it is. I don't know. Moon Knight is crossing the line. We don't know yet.
We can hope.
I don't think Moon Knight got rated yet. We're starting to get little teases for the cast for Dune 2, and Florence Pugh was being looked at, not confirmed. This is just they're considering Florence Pugh. Do you know what role?
We don't know what role yet. It's still a secret.
All right, I'm guessing she's gonna be playing an important Fremen character that I'm not going to spoil, because that character is a woman. But I'm really excited for Dune 2, and I want to watch it right now. I want to rewatch Dune right now. I have it on I have the 4K Blu-ray. I still haven't seen it yet.
Maybe we will watch Dune 2 together in theaters. Who knows?
Oh, we definitely will. And I'm gonna watch it every day it's in the theater.
And then you can make sure I don't fall asleep at the beginning of the movie this time.
Oh, but the beginning of the first movie was amazing. Fucking whatever. Moving on.
Moving on, J.K. Simmons has said that Invincible Season 2 is starting to record soon. Yep. Invincible is pretty good if you haven't seen it.
I have not seen Invincible. I have heard of the comic.
You should watch the show and read the comic because both are good.
I heard the comic, the run of the comics was quite short.
It is short, yeah.
Next up, another thing I'm super excited for, we got the first story trailer for Obi-Wan Kenobi. It's looking pretty good. The CG looks excellent. It's gonna suck.
Yeah, I have no hope. I think the trailer looks fantastic. It is everything I could have wanted and more, and that's why I have no hope. Look, they chose to put Duel of the Fates in that trailer. It's gonna suck.
Slowly, I'm agreeing on Pat that The Mandalorian was a fluke.
Yeah, I hope, I wish with every fiber of my being that Obi-Wan is just as good or better than The Mandalorian. But I can't trust Disney anymore, and I need to see it. I did not enjoy Bad Batch. I did not like the last season of Clone Wars. I don't like what I saw of Boba Fett. Half of Visions is pretty meh. I just don't trust Disney at this stage. I need to see this show. I'm going to watch it weekly. I'm sure Lib and I will cover it if we enjoy it. Lib and I are definitely going to be watching it and talking about it off camera.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I have no hope.
It's unfortunate because this is probably the most hyped Star Wars thing ever.
And I think at this stage, I need a new hope.
I think so. I think we all need. No, fuck it. That joke sucks.
That was pretty bad. I'm sorry, guys.
No, I was gonna make an even worse one. I was gonna be like, I think we need a return of the Jedi that we all know and love.
Well, that would have been just as bad. Looks like the Rise of Skywalker ain't happening. But yeah. Lastly, on our hot off the presses tour for this week, No Way Home is digital release got pushed up. I think it was supposed to come out in April. I think that the physical release is still coming out in April.
Yeah, the physical release is coming April 16th. It was supposed to come out the same day, but it got pushed up.
Yeah, it got pushed up to March 15th, and then it leaked on March 10th.
Yep, 3 days ago, it leaked.
If you want to go on very, very legit websites with your very legal copy of Spider-Man No Way Home, you could watch it in HD right now. With all the bloopers and all the behind-the-scenes stuff. Yeah, it's looking good. I'm going to buy it on home release when that comes out. I'm going to watch it 100 more times. Good film.
I still haven't seen it in HD, Because when I watched a cam rip on a very legitimate website. So gonna watch it in 4K finally.
That's all for Hot Off the Presses for this week.
That concludes it. There you go.
We have one more thing to talk about, though.
So it's time to go into Backlogged, the segment where we recommend each other movies. And last week, Pat recommended me John Wick, and I watched it. And boy, oh boy, do I not want anyone to touch my dog, especially John.
I have a very funny joke.
Go ahead.
If you slow down the action sequences in John Wick, you get a better Matrix movie than The Matrix Resurrections.
This is true. This is correct. So I gave it 3.5 stars. I quite enjoyed it.
I gave it 4 stars.
Okay, well that's pretty good. I was talking to some buddies because I have a friend who is very into John Wick. Like it's his favorite action movie. And I asked him, I was like, I'm about to watch John Wick, and he's like, holy shit, you gotta watch it with me. I did not watch it with him, but he says the second one's better.
I think they're all good. I think all 3 are good. I don't know what I can't say which ones are better than the other, but I think all 3 are good.
Well, John Wick, of course, starring the GOAT Keanu Reeves. First movie came out in 2014. This is directed by the whole series directed by a guy named Chad Stielski. Yeah, I can't pronounce that. He is the director of John Wick. It's just like the director of Sonic. He only did John Wick. This movie is calling it an action movie is sugarcoating it. Because this has so much fucking action. You need to pay attention.
This is so like tightly packed with action. It's actually like insane.
It's crazy. Like right away, as soon as the film starts, you're put into a car crash immediately, and you see John die, quotation. And then you have one of my least favorite tropes in movies, the wife that dies at the beginning. You know what I mean? Where there's like the montage of the home videos, and she's like, stop, come on, stop recording me. You're so weird. You're crazy.
You're so quirky. You're not like other girls, haha. But it's Keanu Reeves.
And the funny thing, Keanu Reeves doesn't get his first complete sentence, because he has some lines, but he says words. His first complete sentence is 20 minutes in. And he's the main character.
And you know what? I think this is still one of his best performances.
I think so too.
If I saw John Wick in a dark alley, I would run.
It's too late already.
Yeah, but at that stage it's too late anyway, and I won't be able to escape. He is terrifying in these movies. You go from like a cinnamon roll, no, you're breathtaking Keanu Reeves, and then you put John Wick in the same room, and they're two completely different people. I am terrified of John Wick.
This man, the story is also really good. It doesn't give you all of the puzzle pieces until halfway through, because you're kind of just thrown in, and you think John Wick's this normal guy, but as the film goes on, they keep dropping hints, and the exposition happens, and you learn that John Wick's an ex-hitman, and there was this group of hitmen ran by the Russian whatevers. I can't explain it. I don't remember all of it. But the story is really good, and the ending is fantastic.
It starts off making you believe that like this was just an accident, and John Wick goes on this manhunt over an accident. And then as the pieces are put together, it kind of becomes a mob story of betrayal, and the hit is actually on John. Ooh. But John Wick is a actual psychopath who you don't want to cross. I think this is my favorite action movie as well, like of all time. I think if you just want turn your brain off and watch action, these movies are fantastic. They do have a story, but they're great. There's great action pieces.
I don't know what my favorite action movie is. I don't know. I don't think I never really gave it any thought. I'm gonna have to maybe update you guys on the next episode.
Yeah, maybe next episode when we do backlog, then you could mention your favorite action movie.
Might be Kill Bill.
Kill Bill's great. Kill Bill is a great choice. But yeah, I want to see a Japanese samurai movie starring Keanu Reeves.
Yes,
it's just him playing John Wick, but with the katana.
And he doesn't speak.
Yeah, no words at all. He just has a katana.
That's his whole character. He has a katana.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I quite enjoyed it. Thanks for the recommendation. Very good. I'm gonna watch the other ones.
Yeah, it's a movie. Like when I saw it on your watch list, I was actually kind of surprised you hadn't already seen it. It seemed like something you'd really enjoy, so I had to recommend it to you.
It was great. It was a good recommendation.
Yeah, something was brought to my attention or to our attention too, but we've been recommending each other bangers lately, and that's gonna have to stop at some point.
Yeah, it's not stopping now because I'm recommending you a banger, but
You're not? I'm scared
no,
now.
I am recommending you a banger.
Oh, you are. Okay.
It's
Okay,
gonna
okay.
stop next episode when you don't recommend me a banger.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, so time to take a stop at recommendation station because I need to recommend a a movie for Pat to watch. Now, this is gonna be a weird recommendation, I know, but in your watch list it says you haven't seen it, so here we go. Okay, Pat, remember when I recommended you 1917,
Yeah.
and we were talking about how that year of the Oscars was probably the best year?
Yeah.
This is a movie from that year.
Okay.
This is a movie from 2018, 2019. I cannot remember, and I don't want to bother looking it up. So Pat, you know me, I'm kind of a car guy, yeah?
Oh, I know you're recommending
I
me.
like the vroom vroom vroom, you know?
Yeah,
It's
I know
really
exactly what you're
really
recommending me.
cool. Yeah, okay. I'll just cut to the chase. So there was this really famous race called Le Mans that really revolutionized the way racing works. And there's a movie about that called Ford versus Ferrari,
Yep.
and it's really good.
Yeah, I meant to see this in theaters at the time, and I never did.
Have fun with Cargo Vroom.
I might watch that with my dad because my dad's a bit of a car guy himself, so he'll enjoy it.
Has he seen it?
Nope, he has not seen it.
What?
My dad doesn't watch movies unless I drag him to the theater or I recommend him to him at home. And because I hadn't seen this one, he has not seen it either.
Well, I guess a good moment to watch a film with your father.
Yep.
And with that, that's gonna be it for today's episode. Bit of a short one, but hey, we just finished recording a 3-part series on Batman.
We've been releasing like longer episodes for the past, I want to say like 4 or 5 episodes have been longer than the standard. So you get a little shorter one this time.
Yeah, and speaking of this time is done, so let's move on to the next time. Oh fuck, we never updated the schedule.
Nope. If you want to find out what we're doing next time, check out the socials. You might get a little teaser at some point this week.
If you want to find out what we're doing next time, so do we.
Yes, so do we. We could do Turning Red.
We're doing Turning Red next episode. Get ready. It's gonna be a great one. This is for real. I'm not kidding. We're doing Turning Red.
It
We
could be
came
Turning
up.
Red, or it could also be the Batman because we'll have seen it by then.
Tune in next episode for either Turning Red or the Batman. Either way, red. The logo for the Batman is red. Turning Red is red. So you're getting a red movie next week. It's either
Yep,
Turning Red or
and-
the Batman, whichever comes first.
And either way, you'll be getting both at some point. So
Yeah, exactly. And also April Fools is coming up. It's almost April.
almost April. Maybe we have a little something cooking.
Maybe.
No.
I'm gonna have to prepare for that. But with that being said, thank you guys so much for taking the time to listen. If you like this episode, check out the other ones, which you could find on our link tree. And if you follow the socials, then you'll see that I changed the link tree. You don't need the underscores anymore. We got Fresh Off the Reel as one word. It finally happened. I don't know why it took this long, but thank you, Linktree, for giving us that, because I had to like send in 4 requests, and it was a pain in the ass, and it took months. we did it. We won. So now the Linktree link is linktr.ee/fresh off the reel. All one word, no caps. Fresh off the reel. Check it out. It's easier to type. You don't need those annoying underscores. Shift underscore shift on. You don't need to do that anymore. There you will find a form that we mentioned earlier where you can fill out to recommend us a movie or TV show. We'll take that recommendation. We'll watch it. And then we might make an episode about it. We talked about Click earlier. Let's see who actually recommended it, because it was Big Al.
That's Big Al. Okay, I thought it would have been. I thought it would have been Nat. But okay, it's
I
Big
think
Al.
they both recommended Click.
Okay. There it is.
Nat and Big Al both recommended Click. That probably, I guess we're gonna do Click at one point.
The
Also on
best
the
movie ever made.
yes, true. Produced by the producer of Sonic the Hedgehog and the Fast and Furious series. The 10th one's gonna be in space, guys.
10th one casted Jason Momoa as its villain.
Oh my god. I'm not watching that movie.
Yes, you are.
No, I am not.
I will recommend it to you if you don't.
You bastard. Well, what the episode's over anyways. Check out the socials. You can find them on the link tree. Check out our Letterboxd accounts, and we will see you in a theater near you.
Have yourselves a good night.
Bye-bye. Put the blooper here. It's funny.
Pat betrayal.
Pat's betrayal.
I'm gonna say this now because I forgot to say it earlier, and we're recording, but it will be cut anyway, so it doesn't matter.
What?
But we need to record on Sunday again next week. I promise this is gonna be the last time.
Are you fucking kidding me? Popular boy. Oh wait, but this is because we're watching Batman on Friday.
No, actually, we are not watching
What?
Batman.
What the fuck? We're not watching Batman anymore.
No. Well, you could watch Batman. I just want to be there.
You bastard. You want to go tomorrow?
You want to go on Tuesday, and it'll be cheaper.
I'm busy Tuesday. When am I not busy? Monday and Friday.
Maybe tomorrow. We'll have to see.
We'll have to see. No one goes to the movies on Monday. Oh
Yeah,
fuck,
no
but
one
it's gonna
goes
be
to-
packed.
No, it won't. It's a Monday.
No, but it's spring break and vaccine passports are gone.
Yeah, but it's spring break for you guys. University students already had their spring break, so it won't be as
There's
packed
more
as you
college students than university students.
think. You know what, Lib? We'll figure it out, okay? I was held at gunpoint to do something on Friday.
Good. Not like we had a plan or anything.
I know. I'm sorry. I know we had a plan, but I was held at gunpoint.
This is staying in.
Okay.
This is going at the end.
Perfect.
Okay. Let's do this. You ready?
I'm ready.